And as we say, from our world to your world to everything in pop culture, it is SKN News. And tonight we start off with breaking news that just popped up just a couple hours ago. So we like to be the first to say that we actually brought this to you, but no, the fine people at Variety did. Jared Leto has signed on to the He-Man movie. And the He-Man movie, if you don't know, they've been trying to make this one for thousands of years, but I've heard that possibly Netflix actually is going to get this done. It says by the power of Grayskull, Jared Leto will become jacked up. He will be he's going to play Skeletor, which is extremely interesting and everything. The Oscar award-winning star of the House of Gucci, which now you start to think about this, it starts rolling in. Dallas Buyers Club. If you've actually seen David Aker's version of Suicide Squad, you saw him as the Joker, so he can take roles and go to the next level. The thing that I think this film has some promise on is that Travis Knight, Bumblebee, he also ran a stop motion studio that his father paid for because his father owns Nike. So he's out there doing the work and everything. They've got Sam Wilson that's signed on. I know they've got a bunch of other people that are trying to make their rounds on this film. I don't know. Every time I happen to see the original Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, it has me completely worried because somehow, you can have great actors in it. I'm not saying Dolph Lundgren was one, but Frank Langella was in that movie. And I don't know if this works, especially with as much source material as they have, because they've got tons of animated shows. The figures are selling well, but they're really going to have to up this if it's going to appeal to people. And again, I remember the old animated show. While a lot of people love He-Man, I don't know if he actually moves to the screen. Anybody's thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't make a good movie, anyways, you just start with bad casting, and then you're good to go.
Absolutely.
That's how that works.
Really been trying to push Jared Leto in these villain roles, like in Blade Runner. He was the villain, which I didn't think was very effective. He's been in these things where it's just like, he's a good actor, but I don't think he's right for these things.
Sure. Yeah, and like I said, we saw Dark Moocher said it best as well. I think the first film they moved it from Earth instead of an Eternia, and they just added too many real points. If they're gonna keep this in like a fantasy world, they do it like the way they did Dune or anything. I think this movie will do well, because there's a lot of interest in it, and there always is. And I think this is like for like the last 20-25 years, they've been trying to do another Masters of the Universe. It's bounced around all around Hollywood, but it's landed at Netflix, so we're gonna see. But director Travis Knight gives you a tad bit of hope, because I don't think he's gonna sign on not to actually do this right. From there,
I just gotta say, you had somebody lined up for this role, and that is Willem Dafoe. That's your Skeletor.
Sure.
What in the hell are you doing? The voice, the character, the acting ability. I don't know if it ever made it across his desk. Maybe he declined it. Maybe he was never offered. But I look at his work at Green Goblin and all the other stuff he's done, man. Woo, that would have been a powerful Skeletor. But I ain't sold on Jared Leto. It's a no for me. It's going to be a no for me, dog. That's what
I think through all these years, they heard that, the Master of the Universe film is considered one of the worst movies of all times. And Netflix decided, you know what? We can do way worse.
Yeah.
Well, Idris Elba is going to be in it, so we'll see how this turns out.
No, there's no.
Here we go.
Yes, he is. He is Man at Arms.
Is he going to be? He's going to be He-Man.
No.
They're going to get somebody that's like an unknown to play He-Man, which probably is the right thing to do if you had a right villain, but you don't have the right villain. So,
let's not forget the reason the original Masters of the Universe was so bad. 100% was because it was done by Canon Film Group.
Yeah, true. 95% of all Hollywood bombs in the 80s were due to
anything Canon did was hot garbage, and it's one of my favorite studios of all times.
It sounds like a podcast in the making. Canon Film Club.
definitely need an unknown for this film since it murdered Dolph Lundgren's career. It's probably going to kill the next person. So.
Well, the only thing I'm requesting from this film is that they do the Four Non Blondes "What's Going On" song with He-Man. I don't know if you've seen that on YouTube. But that's what I'm picturing Jared Leto holding the sword.
Oh man.
The funniest thing is when you talk about the original Master of the Universe movie, when someone actually informed Sylvester Stallone that they cast Dolph Lundgren as He-Man, Stallone looked at whoever he was talking to and he said, "You gave him lines?" That right there tells you something.
Man.
Yeah,
we can all make fun of Dolph Lundgren as much as we want, but that dude started acting to pay off his like 4 or 5 master's degrees.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a huge Dolph Lundgren fan. Don't get it wrong.
Including the Masters of the Universe that he got a master's degree in. Okay.